for Team Kaliber, because DT, I think right now is going to be the favorite in the respawns, at least coming off of game 1. They were very, very successful in holding that. Do you expect anything surprising here?
No. Seems these teams have been going pretty standard. I mean, VMP ban, starting to see it a little bit more now. Kudo come out. Do we see anything towards the assault rifles? Maybe throw Goonjar off a little bit more. Maybe one of the guys on DT feels confident he can use one of the other rifles effectively. You see Overdrive being gone, Neslo getting rid of that one. I don't think we see anything too out of the ordinary in this.
No, these teams haven't bothered touching the Shiva or the M8. They've been much more concerned with focusing on the subs. This is going to be a map where you're going to see at least several M8s out, I would think. Concussions going. Do we see flashes potentially go as well? Kinetic. And then the last one is going to be Happy. I'm trying to think if there's any specialists I really expect them to use. It's going to be flashes. Okay, makes sense. So concussion and flash both going to come out.
So no reason to really use TAC.
Nope.
Kind of get that one out of the game. So maybe now that's why you see more perk 1 greed, because there's really no need for TAC.
Could be, yeah.
Especially in...
I think people are going to start to realize how strong Overclock really is, especially, like you said, when you're talking abilities. When you start getting your ability every 60 to 90 seconds, if you're playing well, it can really be the factor. Heatwave coming in for Theory. Now, what do you expect? 2-2 split probably here?
I'd like a 2-2 split, to be honest.
Well, you have...
I'm a fan of the 2-2 split. You got Goon with a Scythe. If there was a player to use another weapon, I'd probably say it's Neslo.
Now, do you think, okay, since Flak doesn't get run a lot, do you think... All right, Sparrow doesn't get used very often, and it's mostly, do you think it's just for the draw time on the Sparrow is the big thing about it? If you think that was much quicker, that would have people start using it a little more? Maybe
you know, I saw a sick play from the other day. I actually saw Attach make a really sick play with Tempest.
Yeah, Tempest, I saw Zuma make some crazy plays with one recently as well. Yeah. I think that was in an 8
You can shoot it pretty quick.
Yeah, we don't really see Tempest. I mean, it's been Scythe and Annihilator. To be fair, I do think those are the two best.
I do.
I'm just wondering what would need to change to see maybe Tempest a little bit more, see just a mix of some of the other weapons. Because it's really just these two, the Purifier depending on the map.
On a longer range map like this, I think you could run a Tempest or you can run a Sparrow. The Scythe, I think, makes a lot of sense on this one. Annihilator as well, but I think those would be the next two weapons I would go
Tempest,
after.
I feel like could really be effective, you know, when you have that kind of train coming where you have
hit one guy
leading that
and it jumps,
leading the drone carrier, and all of a sudden you're picking up a couple players with it. Potentially could be used, but we haven't seen it at all. Obviously, the player is much more comfortable going in out of their side. Very simple. You have a massive robotic chain gun, and you have a one-shot pistol. I get it.
Pretty
certainly.
good.
I'm just trying to think of ways that maybe we'd see more weapon variety here. Now, do you think if maybe there's a patch that comes out from Treyarch and the times are boosted a little bit for something, maybe like the Tempest and the...
Well, what if, I mean, we can see more players run Overclock.
True.
I think those weapon guys, maybe they want run perk 1 greed.
I'll check those immediately, see if we're going to have Overclock.
Yeah, see if we have Overclock on the guys with weapons. But talk a little bit about the side of DT. They're going to have a Scythe and Annihilator as well. Heatwave, they go active camo. So same things on both sides. Nothing really too different. I mean, nothing different at all, quite frank.
Yeah.
You know, I just read them out. I know that there's nothing different. You know, guys, now there's nothing different. Just adding their score streaks. The HCXD back in this one was gone in the last one. No more dart flying.
Yeah,
don't think that makes too much of a difference.
I don't think we'll see. I don't know how much an HC will make an impact really in uplink per chance. I mean, it definitely, when you're usually you'll see an uplink. I'm guessing we'll probably see more Lightning Strike, Hellstorm, and then Cerberus potentially. You drop that mid map, wreaks havoc. I don't think we'll see too much of the HC card. More
I think
so
we are.
Hardpoint.
No, I think we're going to see the HC on this.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like uplink plays a lot.
Think about it, Clint.
We're structured a lot faster. We'll take a look here.
Okay, we'll take a look. I think we're going to see the HCXD uplink. You guys are new. It's going to be unlimited score limit, 5-minute time limit per half. It's going to be 10 minutes for the total game. Teams are going to switch sides at halftime, a 5-second respawn delay. You grab the drone, you jump it in, you get 2. You grab the drone, you throw it in, you get 1.
Well, we've got a mix.
Fairly simple.
We've got Cerberus, Wraith, HC, Raps. So only one HC. I told you, man. It's not that good for uplink. Look at this variety, though. We've got Cerberus, Wraith, Raps coming in for TK. Now look at this two-man flank they're going to be pushing around. I think Diabol's going to be the first man in. He's going to be pushing right there. He has the Pharaoh, I believe, in his hands. Now the drone going to get tossed in for yards. Is anyone going to be able to do anything with it? Now it's going to be Happy basically tossing it out. You see the L car picking up a kill here at L. Cinder going to be watching.
So a gun that makes it into this one too, Clint, that we didn't realize, the Shiva. Do we see anyone?
Well, they haven't done anything with the Shiva. I don't think they've banned or protected it once. They haven't bothered with it.
Yeah.
Whereas last series, you saw it get used quite a bit. Those shots going right over his head. He's going to fly and just try to grab it and run back. Unfortunately, gets dropped. That's a couple kills here for TK. They may potentially get forward here. He's going to go through Small Worm. Wants to wrap around through tracks. He's got a couple players in front of him. Can he hit a one-point toss? We've seen some unique tosses from various angles here. He's waiting on help, just running in circles.
Oh,
somebody please save me.
Play.
Teammates do a great job. Theory picks them up. Excellent job, Neslo, waiting on the help, and Theory picking up the kills.
And that's what you want to do. You want to wait for your teammates, get close to you with the drone, get close to the base, then you're able to bring it in. You see Sharp trying to go for a desperation one-point throw.
I think I hit the back top of the roof, maybe. Not able to get it through.
Yeah, good 2-point score there by TK. And also, you know, when you get that little blip on your screen when the drone carrier pops up, you can use that. You can use that.
He's on a 7 streak.
Yeah.
They can't go anywhere.
He's going for the wraps.
There's nothing they can do. He's so close to getting everything. He's 475 now, and he's just pushing forward. Goon, a man on a mission, going to get cut down, but not before he's able to get
picked up that one kill, and then they threw him the drone. He was going to be 25 points off.
So close. But definitely worth considering. I mean, I know we missed the score there, but I want to stay on with Goon because, I mean, he's the main reason they're actually getting the score is because he's just annihilating them inside of their base. So basically what happens there, you have the entire team pushing kind of through tracks there. He knows they're going to be sawing towards 10.
Remember when we talked about, like, they need one guy to be that, you know, Slayer, dominant guy for this team? Goon
right now, I mean, he's 13-2. He's on a 4 streak already.
He can do this consistently. He can do this consistently, though. He has a fantastic shot when he gets going with the AR. One of the best in the game with it. I think they just
tries to bank it off the back. Takes just a goofy bounce there.
I think sometimes they just need to put him in better positions to succeed.
Okay.
Goon. Like
I agree with you.
Like, they need to just let him focus on killing, and then the other three kind of figure everything else out.
There is just a storm of people.
There's a lot of people come down tracks.
In front of Sharp. He needs help. He's got Neslo there to back him up. He's going to be taken out, though. And there's the Shivo coming out of Cinder. So we're talking about the fact you haven't seen it a ton in this series yet, but Cinder going to be rocking it now. And you see the Pharaoh. We've had some great variety throughout this one for sure. Everyone pretty much using everything throughout this one early when it comes to your AR.
You saw Diabolic pop his heat wave there, too. He's going to lose it. I believe I was on with Sharp before. He was running overclock, able to get his active camo, and you see he's going to pop it, be able to go in for a 2-point play.
He's rolling now.
He doesn't even get looked at by Chino. He's able to take him out before he drops.
Well, they've just been so penned. I mean, Goon's just been crushing.
They have not, speaking of GT, they've not been able to get out of their base once.
Goon's quadruple positive.
Every time we have gone on with Goon, he is standing on top of their grandma, killing them.
Yeah, typically if you have the team's top Slayer spending more time in your base than he is his own, it's not going well for you. Theory able to pick up one, grabs a second pushing tracks.
Fantastic bit of insight. When the other team's person who's putting up the most kills is standing in your spawn, killing you over and over again, you're not having a good game.
No, not having fun. Like, this isn't fun for DT right now.
I can understand why those teams you coached did well.
Yeah, I told them the basics. You know, if you want to win, you play well. If you want to lose, you played bad.
Yep, it's a fantastic
tidbits of knowledge with Maven there. Try to put through the one-pointer. Going to go too deep. That'll be a reset here eventually. Probably Cinder's going to end up tossing this one out. There's only 55 seconds left. They decide to maybe take a risky play and push down tracks, see if they can fire a point through.
Quite frankly, at this point, I mean, you might as well try anything.
Yeah, can we get some points?
Yeah, you haven't anything.
Can we score in
favor?
Our own goal? Is that potentially possible?
No.
Oh, okay, actually, was he considering
it? He may have been just trying to do that as we see he passes the drone backwards, and now it's going to come all the way through auto. You have Happy.
Needs help back alley. Good job. Diabolic picks it up with the Pharaoh. They may be able to get points on the board. Hits the boost, hits the camo. This should definitely be a dunk. Has enough to get through, and that's at least a good in for DT. You know, you got
something you go in the second half being confident about, or feeling good about.
You got slapped around by Goonjar.
Well, actually, there goes the drone.
No. And Theory just counter caps. Excellent play. Oh, from the veteran. That's Happy coming up huge. Is anyone else there to potentially get through? No, not going to be a score. So Happy with the burst from the back.
You were talking about how, it's going to be great. Confidence. And then I saw Theory pick up the drone. I looked at the minimap. I was like,
there's nobody home.
There's nobody there.
Well, excellent job there by Happy to clean that up. So that's a really good final, 30, 40 seconds there for DT as they can get on the board. Because you really, you're printing out a picture of Goonjar's face. You're taping that on your wall and throwing darts at him right now. Like, that was just not a fun half of Black Ops 3 for you if you're DT. You just got slammed. You couldn't spawn and move 10 feet without getting picked up by Goonjar. He is triple positive, 21-7.
That was just the first half.
He's doubling.
What's the highest kills we've seen on Uplink?
The highest total? I have no idea, honestly. COD stats, where are you at?
Yeah, you guys better be covering this stuff. As we see Sharp going to go in mid-street, pick up the drone. Now they're going to go back alley with it. As he decided to try and get this one-point throw off.
We saw that toss earlier. It was Nagafin, right, that was able to hit that. And I think he just didn't aim it quite high enough. Not enough arch on that one. You're going to see.
He was just throwing it for yards, man. He's just trying to get his teammate get a 2.
Still gets 2 points. It's going to work. I thought he was going for 1, no?
I feel like DT has had everything that could possibly go wrong. Right? I mean, they make that play right there. TK at the beginning. DT stops them for not going to get that 1-point throw, and it ends up Theories in their base. They end up getting 2 out of it, and then right there at the end, I mean, the end of the first half, they have that good end. They get that 2-point play, but they almost let Theory get another score. I think just a little bit more awareness of the drone and where the players are on the map. It's almost like CTF, where I don't want to say you like count spawns, like you know exactly where players are, but you have to have some kind of accountability of who's up and where they are on the map generally.
Well, that was one of the more fun things to watch. Remember Blitz and Ghost? It was one of the more fun things to listen to teams communicate. Just talking, you know, how many are alive? How many are alive? What lane's open? What lane's closed? I used to love to listen to communication for a game like Blitz. No, I really feel like the communication, though, just talking about how many are up, how many are down was so important in that game type. It's similar here in Uplink for sure, especially with the 7.5 second delay.
Well, you have to have one person, I don't want to say on your team, dedicated to it, but one person needs to have that mental clock in their head, able to count when players are going to be spawning up and who it is, because there's a lot of times where you'll see one player sneak behind and you see it on the minimap. They have absolutely no idea that player is there. And on a game mode like this, where you can take the drone, throw it into the base for yards, a player can be back there, pick up 1-2 kills, result in a 2-point score, and then potentially even just a rallying of the drone. Can't let that happen. Even more viable in CTF. You know, CTF, you can't let that happen whatsoever. As you see, TK throw that drone for yards like we were just talking about. Now it's going to be Goonjar with the assist of Neslo, not able to get any points.
And nobody's there to clean it up. So, you know, they have a 6-point advantage still.
But just think about it. We're 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second half. Every gunfight or engagement we have seen has been in the DT base. This is the first time we have seen them get out of their base.
Oh, no, I'm not convinced they've actually ever played this game type before.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't go that far.
Nice pass, able to pick up 1. That should be a dunk through. They're able to pick it up. See, they heard me. I'm motivating them, Matt. That's what I do. I'm a motivational speaker. Happy gets the headshot there. Nice use of Camel, able to put 2 in. They've brought the deficit to 4. Are they able
to I mean, they're great when they get out of their spawn. They just got to get out of their spawn.
The trickiest part, can we spawn with active camo, please? So we
can
just run forward?
Chino picks a 2 mid-map, and you see there's that 1 arrow at the top. I believe that's still Happy in the TK base. So DT can get control of the drone, throw it in for some yards. Happy is there in position, but seems like the drone going to be in control of TK there for a second. Now back in favor of DT. Going to be Diabolic with it in his hands, trying to get across the mid-street with a player in bricks. With the way Goonjar is shooting as well, you are not going to get by. Had some shots put down and picks up another
shuts down
as well.
The scythe. Goon
with the RK5. Just unbelievable shots at a Goon.
29-13. He was on a 3 streak before he dropped, and now the pressure coming forward. It's going to be Sharp and Neslo. This may be 1 point. Yep. That's Neslo with big kill after big kill, able to protect his buddy Sharp, and there goes the 1-point toss, extends the lead to 5. Great job from Sharp and Neslo on the push. Now you'll see the accuracy there of Goon as he is just clobbering people mid-map. Another 2 streak, and love what you said. He's playing that designated Slayer role, and here comes the big bad Scythe. There's 1, lines it up. 2 more in the back. I don't know why he's looking back alley, really, because they haven't forced that spawn at all. He's got to get back base, and then he can really get effective there. But they're going to be actually rotating over to tracks. Now we'll see what he can do with the scythe. They want to run from it.
Are they completely unaware that he's still alive in the base?
He still has a robotic arm that shoots very, very quickly.
How has he not been called out or accounted for? Now you start to see the spawn back alley.
There's what he's looking for.
Well, that's where he was originally looking to pick up a lot of kills. It's kind of funny that he actually gets shut down the only time that he's able to look there. The guys on DT were spawning back alley when he had that scythe out. It would have gotten ugly.
Oh, it absolutely would have. They just didn't have anyone push forward enough, and that's going to be camo. This should be 2 camo uses that lead to a dunk, and there it is again. So that's going to be Happy, I believe, that's able to put through basically all of their points, and they've all been with camos. He has all 3 of their dunks, and everyone's been through camos. If you want to know effective use of it, that is definitely a good example. Now they're tossing it at the base for yards. Is there anyone there that's going to be able to potentially get forward?
Nope.
They have 8 seconds, nothing they can do. I mean, pretty good effort by DT to get back in it. They look stronger at times, but really, I mean, it just came back to, like you said, it's almost like it's a possession game. You know, when you're playing, whatever, soccer, any sport, and you're just spending the entire time in your own half of the field, just getting pummeled. You're
not going to win.
It gets, well, it's not even that you're not going to win. It gets frustrating. It's not fun. You just get sick of getting killed. You start bickering with teammates, like, who's picking up this side? How are they getting these positions? Why are we getting clobbered? It's just not fun to play. That just looked like a very, very, very frustrating game for DT. Like, I was frustrated casting it, watching them become frustrated.
They played from their own base 80% of the game.
At least,
the only times they got Caps was Happy with the active camo, which he's literally invisible. Like, he's able to sneak out of his own base to grab the drone.
You think, yeah.
You know, it was really Goonjar.
Good job by TK. Yeah,
Goonjar for me, I mean, he was one who opened up all the lanes for the guys on TK.
Yeah.
Just, he opened up really hot, finished pretty strong as well.
Well, he went from quadruple, he was 16-4, then he was 21-7, so he went from like quadruple to triple to double positive. He ended 32-14, I think it was. That's an incredible game from Goon. And now TK and your fans, that is what you need, man. You need one guy that's going to put up those numbers, be that annoying player. So the other team's like, oh, they've got someone statting, they've got someone holding this, they've got someone doing that. It sucks to play against that guy. It just does. And he's putting up big numbers. That's what you need from him.
Yeah, and going into the CTF, they're going to need him to do it again. We can take a quick look at the scoreboard. Goon
35-16.
35-16. Theory 24-25. Neslo 22 kills. Sharp still struggling a little bit, doing a nice job in the OBJ though. You know, 2 carries, 2 throws, goes 15-27 on the other side for DT. A lot of these kills, I mean, you know, 24-29. Everybody negative except for Happy. Somehow he goes positive. I don't know how that happens in what world. Yeah.
Well, it was his camo plays, man.
22-17, but take a look at some clips here. I bet you a lot of them featuring Goonjar. He was so close to Raps as well.
Oh, Goon was going off. I think he was 375 away. And like you said, if they had just tossed him the drone, maybe allowed him to get the score through, he would have been very, very close. But it didn't matter. They were rolling. They were playing well on all cylinders. They were covering all their lanes and just playing very, very well together. Good concerted effort there from TK. And that's what you want to see out of these guys, especially after losing that game 1. They've bounced back. They're now looking solid. Let's see if they can keep this rolling into a game 4 and potentially close out this series with a 3-1 victory. Because again,
I don't think they want to see a game 5.
And they don't want to start the league 0-2. Yeah, they need to get a win under their belts. Well, honestly, both of these teams do. Okay, let's talk about that then. Who is this more? I know it's early, very early in the league. We have, what, 11 weeks, 22 games for each of these teams.
You still don't want to start off.
No, I get it. Do you think one of these teams, it's more important that they get a W early? Like, do you think one of these teams needs the win more?
TK?
And why?
Without a doubt. I think, no, obviously, 4 players, very well known in the COD competitive community, huge brand.
So more pressure?
A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And you start 0-2, you look at it. I don't know what happened on the secondary stream, but they would probably be the biggest name to go 0-2. I can imagine.
Sure, I can see that. I mean, TK has become a staple of the competitive COD community.
Right, and then it's a long time between matches. Like, it's only going to be till next Tuesday we're going to see matches. You know, you don't want to have that 0-2. You drag on all the way till next Tuesday.
I'm sad that we're going to have a big break. But we've had so much Call of Duty today. I might need it after tonight. I don't even know if I can play tonight or tomorrow. We're gonna have, but we could have another best of 5 here.
I'll be able to play.
If we go 2-hour series, 2-hour series, 2-hour series, like I'm coming for you, chicken sandwich. You just wait patiently.
No, he's waiting very patiently. As that chicken sandwich has been sitting there for almost an hour now, and
I believe I heard FaZe took the win and EnVyUs took the win as well. So if you have been watching the main stream here, Complexity is going to be 0-2. FaZe is going to be 2-0. Luminosity yesterday.
1-1.
They're 1-1. That's right, because they beat Complexity yesterday, right? So I know those 2 teams were the 2 teams that have been on the secondary stream throughout the beginning of the league. Don't worry, we've got a full schedule. Everyone's going to be getting their fair share of time in the spotlight here. But let's get into the Bandit Protect for Game 4. If this could even come within anywhere close to what we saw in the last CTF, This would be an amazing game.
I don't know if I can mentally handle another CTF like the last one. Vesper, Rapid Fire, see you later. Those guys really don't see too much fluff or play. Overdrive, going to be gone as well, high caliber. So now we'll start to see more of a variety, I think, but you expect CTF trying to get the flags out, get rid of the tacticals. That would probably be the most logical thing, at least that I can think of right now.
Yeah, we'll see. It's pretty much your standard stuff here early on. We haven't seen anyone opt to get rid of the Shiva. I don't think this is a map you really need to worry about it on.
Kinetic's not a bad play. The guys on DT are relentless going to go with the Kuda. They keep getting rid of the Vesper. They keep getting rid of the VMP.
I think by the end of the season, if we talk about the most used sub by the end of the season, it could very well be the Kuda by the end of the season.
You think so?
Potentially, just because of Ban Protect. Like, I actually think the Kuda, I don't know, I think the Kuda and VMP are very close for me.
I think they are as well.
Most people still prefer the VMP, but by the end of the season, just due to Ban Protect, I think the Kuda might end up being the most used sub. I mean, do you think it's been what do you think's been the most used sub thus far, that of the VMP? In the
I bet you it's split.
It's got to be pretty close, right?
Split, yeah.
I think.
I like the Kuda. I mean, we talk about when we compare those two. It's just
one
good
shoots
overall.
a little faster, one's maybe a little bit steadier, a little bit more range than the Kuda.
Yeah. Going to the specialist trap, you got Sharp going to go with Heat Wave, looking to see if he can really put together a good game. He set a pretty rough series as far.
I'm sorry, who, Sharp?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started a bit slow. Him and Neslo really started slow in the S&D. Thankfully, Neslo able to pick up that slack and really come alive. But if anyone can do it, if anyone can muster that strength late, it'll be Sharp. He's a guy you'd love to have in a situation late in the game.
Yeah.
But then again, you saw a very, very brutal, I hate to bring it up, I'm sorry, TK fans, but a brutal Game 5, Round 11 loss. I don't want to go that way again. TK, you got to close this out. You don't want a Game 5. Shut this down. Win this CTF. You do not want to.
Yeah, you don't want to see that Redwood S&D. And then take a look. Annihilator from Sender. You got Scythe and Chino. You're going to have Scythe and Annihilator on the side of TK as well. So no difference in specialists.
Nope.
Same ones for both teams.
We've seen them mirror a couple times now throughout these
No
ones.
camo in this one. It was banned, right? No, Overdrive was banned.
Was it Kinetic and Overdrive?
Kinetic, yeah.
Kinetic and Overdrive,
so no camo.
So camo we've seen have, I mean, honestly, the biggest difference maker ability we've seen through the first 2 days is probably Kinetic Armor camo for me. Well, no, okay, Heatwave's been pretty awesome.
Heatwave. Heatwave's been
I've seen some really awesome plays with camo, though.
We've seen some great plays with Heatwave. We've seen some great plays with camo. And Kinetic, I think those are really the three.
I actually need to, I'm going to sleep on this one.
Those are the three.
I need to think about it more.
As far as the abilities go? Those are the three. As far as like abilities go, we see them make a huge impact. And the Scythe and the Annihilator, those are really the two weapons we see the most.
That's it.
Quite frankly, that's really it.
I've seen the Purifier.
So War Machine once. Saw the Purifier a few times. Other than that.
Most part, Scythe Annihilator, which, again, I understand. But let's see with this one, who's going to be able to make those big plays. You know, we saw teams not doing a very good job as far as dealing with the overextension when they were getting flags out, especially in that last series. And granted, it was just so hectic that everyone, I think, was pretty all over the place at that point.
Well, you look at that last CTF between Optic and Elevate, it just got crazy. I mean, players just overextending, running back, going mid-map. Like, there was no flow to the game. It was just spawn up and go. Like, I'm just going to go this way, you go that way.
Well, once it
just got crazy.
Yeah, once the gates opened, it just went absolutely nuts. We'll see if we have something like that.
I don't think so with these two teams.
No, I think it'll be a bit slower.
A slower game with these teams.
At least until a cap gets on the board. Then again, things may speed up a little bit. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something a little slower. I mean, what was it? The first series, we didn't even see a score in the first half with H2K.
Yeah, it was stalemate CLG. To end the whole first half in that one. I mean, I don't think we see a lot of scores in this one as well. But it's going to be a breach, capture the flag, unlimited score limit. 5-minute time limit, 7.5 respawn delay. Team's going to switch sides at the half to get a fair shot from both sides of the map.
All right. Let's see. Can TK close things out here? They've got a 2-1 advantage right now. See if they can take care of business, or are we going to have a back-to-back-to-back Game 5?
There was one night during the Pro League last year that we casted back-to-back-to-back. That was 4 matches, right? Back-to-back Game 5s.
It happens, you know, and it's always a joy when you get to spend this much time learning about these pro players, seeing all this incredible high-flying action. But let's see how this one
could be worse.
Gonna break down.
Sitting here with Scott.
That's true. Oh no, come on, I miss Gandhi, man.
I don't think anybody else does.
Nah,
but
no, he does.
No. Everyone just kind of playing slow here towards the middle of the map, just trying to get map positioning. Diabolic doing a nice job. Picking up 2 with the CUDA.
This is going to
open up the base. This is going to be a pull. You can see when these teams get that pinch going, players approaching from both sides. That's their best chance to get a pull. And right there, it was pretty much shut down by Theory.
Now, I was wondering if you're going to see much out of the Shiva, especially combined with the Elephar, can be very dangerous, but not able to win that gunfight. They got a pull. I mean, I was sure they were going to at least get one. They got shut down within a foot of trying to leave the base. But you saw some pretty nice aggression early on here from the side of DT.
So let's open up the minimap real quick, and let's just talk about CTF in general. You're going to want to try and get, you see where Diabolic is and Happy is, you're going to want to try and get at least, 3 players, at least in my opinion, on those outskirts of the map. You're going to try and push the base from both sides, have one guy in that mid-map. As soon as you pull the flag, that mid-map guy going to have to rotate. Probably somebody is spawning up, going to have to pick that up mid-map. That's your easiest way to get flags.
Well, he's about to run into one right here as he pushes. He had that heat wave, just not able to get it off in time as he will drop. So a couple guys able to kind of sneak through the cracks. There was Theory on the left side. He got caught in the base, but able to push through a bit. And then you saw Diabolic trying to make plays as well. One down for either side here. No real successful aggression yet.
Now you saw TK try and get that pinch on as well. Neslo, though, gets gunned down over on the Palace side of the map. That stops that pretty quickly, and now TK going to go on the defensive. See how slow this CTF game is. Goon might be playing Search and Destroy. He doesn't really know.
Yeah, look, I mean, he's just waiting to get a pick and then move up. You layer the map. You get a kill, you move up a bit. You get a kill, you move up a bit. And he's worried somebody might have snuck by. No, don't worry, bud. You can be he's a statue.
He has absolutely no incentive to move up the map. I like the way you think there is absolutely, with the way he is playing, there is absolutely no intention to move up the map.
Well, here we'll see a defensive stand. That's Neslo in theory able to pick up a couple and shut it down. Goonjar is going to get picked up by Happy on his right side. So you'll see immediately what does that mean? It means Neslo needs to pick it up. Somebody has to grab these outskirts, and he doesn't check inside a hut. That player really is, well, yeah, he is going to rotate back. Great play there. Neslo's going to run by, check from the backside, able to pick up that player. He had one bottom glass as well, so they're starting to get forward here. Sharp, is he going to opt to go for a pull? I mean, look at it. He's surrounded, I mean, not really closely surrounded, but he's got players spread out across mid-map, and now he knows his team picked up a kill at home. There's going to be somebody spawning close. Now, if they spawn out, they're going to know Sharp's in the back of the base here. They're going to pull. He's pulling it right to a player, unfortunately. Oh, he's low, though.
No, yeah, that player's below him.
Oh,
and
now he's about to get shot in the back.
Oh. I thought he was going to live there. Actually, Chino picks him up with the HCXD.
Shot in the back by a car.
Yep. I thought Sharp went high. He actually might have been able to make it out. So very interesting.
Take a look here. It's going to be Goonjar. We've talked about how stationary. I mean, his job basically is have an aim it, stand still, hold this right side. And so far, he's been able to, for the most part, to hold up aggression. I mean, he's only 1-7, but he's been able to slow them up. They haven't really been able to get a successful push on this side. He's able to get his second kill. I mean, this has got to be a boring game for him thus far. He hasn't seen a lot of action. Let's go to Happy, who's trying to flank through. Sharp going to be able to take him out as he comes flying through that mid-connector.
This game right now, Clint, this is just...
This is the opposite.
Of what we just saw.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's like I would love to talk about something, but nobody's really done anything to kind of gain any map advantage or...
You're getting both examples of why I love and at times hate CTF. Sometimes it can play very, very slow. There isn't too much to talk about in the way of pulls or exciting gameplay, whereas the last one we had was just off its rocker crazy. And you'll see he's actually going to hit his vision pulse there. That's going to allow them to get forward. They should potentially be able to get a pull here. Just can't find him in the air.
We've seen
actually,
them get...
Chino's on an 8 streak. He's 10-1.
Oh, well, he's just playing all the way in the back of his base. This is why we haven't seen it.
That's probably true. I haven't been checking the back of his base at all.
The back of the base, but I guess he is just sitting out there picking up some kills. He has one below him. This would be huge. They could be able to score this flag.
And he's going
to have full streaks as well. Not looking good here for Team Kaliber. You see the one player get cut down on that far right side. That was Goonjar going on the overextension. That is a flag cap for DT here in the first half. So they're going to go up by 1. They're going to hold this lead going in the second half. Nothing crazy going to happen.
Chino's got his Scythe. He's got Lightning. He's got Hellstorm. He's got
TK
everything
played
right now.
way too, like, okay, both teams played
Yeah, I was wondering,
slow.
I was like, how have I
Both
missed?
teams played
How
slow.
have I missed that he hasn't died? It's
Because
because he's been the defender, which
like,
TK hasn't put any pressure up there. I haven't even watched that side of the map.
He must have just been going on top of green, just looking over towards that B bomb site.
Sure.
Then just rotating around the map, but that is a very slow-paced CTF
Well, we'll
game
keep things going with Chino here on the second side because I want to see how he may opt to use.
I mean, what? Neslo's 8 and 8. You got, Sharp at 3 and 10, still struggling. Goon 3 and 10, as well as Sharp at 3 and 11. Sorry. Chino at 12 and 1, putting up the best KD we've seen thus far. You see an Annihilator kill come out at the beginning. Happy picking up 1. You see players starting to retreat for Team Kaliber as they feel like the push is on. See Chino cutting across the map. He has no intention of going near the middle of the map.
No, he is not concerned at all.
Nope.
Diabolic right below top broken. We'll see if he may be able to pick up the kill. Yep, one's going to fly out, able to get that. He's not aware there's one top broken, though, but he's getting close to picking up his HC car.
Oh, they're going to, if he wins this gunfight.
Can you get out? Not able to get around the corner.
At that point, you got to challenge it. I mean, there's another player in the base, and Neslo's going to win 2 big gunfights. He wins that one versus Diabolic, and then the next one versus Happy. But, if Diabolic challenges that, at least put some shots in him, you should be able to win that, or at least come close to. He's got a pretty good advantage jumping up, shooting down at that player. See Chino picking up another one, 14 and 1 on a 12 streak. He actually, that wasn't his Cerberus. So that's somebody else's Cerberus on the map. I don't know whose that is.
Well, you got 13 and 6 for Diabolic. You got 12 and 7 for Cinder.
So it's probably Cinder's.
It's like the opposite. Like they're just all to a degree. I mean, look at the KDs
They're
right
so
now.
streaked out. I mean,
Cinder had full streaks. Chino has full streaks. Like, this is just, how is TK going to possibly get a score on the board with everything that they have out? The answer is no. And I mean,
you're already saying the answer is no?
Yeah. I mean, when you talk about the slower type of play style that we're seeing right now, I mean, if you're going to play slow, you might as well work on these streaks, might as well work on statting a bit. We've seen TK play pretty slow. They're playing slow, but they're 4 and 15.
We're 3 minutes away from this game being ended. What does Chino finish?
This is going to be the highest KD of all time, right? I mean, no. I mean, I'm sure we've had crazier ones, but he's 14 and 1. Like, what?
I mean,
is he ever going to die?
I just kind of want to watch through his eyes for a little bit. He is playing so defensive. He has no intention of fighting anybody in a 1v1 gun battle. So you see Sharp and Theory both picking up.
Well, here's an easy kill. Hey, Neslo. How are you, pal? Able to pick that one up. He'll come out. No, he might die. He is going to be taken out. Sorry, Chino. 15 and 2. Finally, he is going to drop, and that's going to be Goonjar picking it up, able to shut it down. Diabolic and crew rotating back because you're going to see the pressure coming in from the top of the map. That's going to be Goonjar not able to get forward and get a pull. And I don't think I feel like TK hasn't touched the flag since the opening 60 seconds.
Nope.
Because they got a touch pretty early, right? They got shut down like right away.
Yeah.
I can't think of another time where they've really gotten in a good position to maybe push forward and grab a flag.
I mean, Chino's just been a turret in the back of the base. And how could they get another pull on the flag? And you see Goon move up towards that mid-map. He is really having a tough one here. 4 and 15, 4 and 16. Him and Sharp just...
look at a little bunny hop coming across
combined.
him, Map for Happy, and he's on a 4 streak of his own. He's got an HC car. Can he gun him from here? No, get out, run away. No ammo, can't get anything done here. Minute 40 on the clock. It's still a 1-0 lead from DT. We said we expected this one to be a low-scoring game. It's been the definition of that.
Who else has streaks? Chino finally dies mid-map. That's only going to be his 3rd death of the game. Is he the only one with streaks for
here, I'll flip
this
through
DT team?
real quick.
So you got an HC out of Happy.
Chino,
he's got the Lightning Hellstorm. What does Cinder have? He's got Lightning Hellstorm as well. This is going to be... If TK pulls this off, this would be incredible, but you see the guys on DT
coming in here.
sitting
Happy
in their
uses
base.
smokes. He's able to get out. Can he get around the corner? There's one player going to be below him. How does he decide to play this? Needs a little help, and he just jets straight across.
Great movement.
Great movement until he got stuck there for just a second. The streaks were coming in, I think, to try and back him up. Who's the player from TK here trying to make noise? That's going to be Neslo. He's going to get shut down. The flag's still out. They're going to return it there at the last second. Now, can they turn this into something? TK's got a chance here, I think, to get a flag pull at least. They've got to move faster. They've got to get going. Theory gets one as well. All the streaks starting to come in. They're inside. Get it in full. You got to pull it right back inside, right?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, with the way they are loaded up on streaks, that was an Annihilator they killed, so...
Get indoors!
It's going to be Goon with the flag in
They're all
hand.
down
He's going to
still.
take that
Can
one.
he get to the small room?
My.
You got to think something's going to get called in here, right?
Coming in?
Are they saving? Did they have any left?
What are they?
Hold on, I'm checking real quick. Sender, just Sender has him. Goon still got the flag though, and he's going to tie this up. So Sender potentially could have made a play with these streaks, right? He had to. What are you saving him for overtime, I guess? TK able to tie this up. I wasn't even like getting hyped because I'm like, all right, they're going to get him with a Hellstorm. They're going to get him with Lightning Strike. They're not going to take him out, and all of a sudden, TK going to be able to tie this one up. Unbelievable. Wow. That went from being like the slowest, well, that was the slowest CTF ever, but they're able to tie it up in the final seconds. And
why do we not see
what's the conversation there with DT? Is it maybe there's no one close enough to get the return?
You're going to use 2.
I've got no answer for
and stop that guy in the little room and gotten close.
What do you?
I mean, how many times in CTF where we've seen the Hellstorm, you don't have to boost it right away. You drop. Right? You gotta hover it above.
Yeah, you drop the Hellstorm, and then what do you just pepper that with the Lightning Strike right after, and just hope that you kill somebody again?
And then hope your teammates can get over there off the spawn. But I guess DT just not opting to use that.
All right, Sender, we're gonna have a Skype call later. I just want you to quickly explain the thought process there.
3 dead already. Diabolic's out of position all the way in Palace, so they're not going to be able to rotate back. This is going to be capped. Watch this.
It certainly should be. Nezlo's bringing it up top. They've got them pinned. They're going to keep spawning 100%. Mansion. They're definitely going to keep spawning Mansion. Just take a look at the minimap here. They should be spawning at the bottom of the map. Well, at this point, no, they're going to spawn way back. Streaks. Now they come in. They saved them for overtime. Not going to be able to pick it up. It's going to be Nezlo. This should be the overtime victory for TK, as they're going to be able to potentially take a 3-1. 43 seconds is going to be so tough to beat.
I'm stunned. You have 2 players with full streaks. You had a Cerberus during that second half. And they tie the game?
Did he use both? Does he still have his
no, Sender used both right there.
He did use both. Okay, I heard
I don't see the difference between using both in regulation and then using both there. There was nobody near it.
Yeah.
That one as well. You would figure trying to use it in regulation.
Did he have him? I'm not sure, but here we go. They have to score so quickly. There's only 35 seconds on the clock. Yeah. They basically have to get 3 done. Just push across immediately. First one forward is going to be happy. He might be able to catch one though. Shots are off. He's going to be taken out by Theory, and that's going to be another one down, 2 down. Nezlo and Goon still up. Chino and crew trying to get forward. He has the scythe out. Sender's pushing for a flagpole. If he can win this one, he gives himself a chance. He's got it. Trying to get forward. Kill from top broken. That should be it, right?
Yep. That looks like it's going to be it, unless a miracle happens with Happy and Diabolic. You actually see Theory down there firing some shots with the Annihilator.
Not enough time.
It's going to be TK.
So TK able to take it, and that's one, I have to go back and watch the minimap because obviously these pro players know the game much better than I do. Now, sorry, sometimes I think with overtime, the names can flip. That is absolutely a TK victory. They had the 43-second cap. Yep. They're able to take this, ignore the winners. DT Esports, not true. TK able to take it. I believe it's just a bug with the
Even
overtime.
The game's confused as to why DT didn't win that one.
I think that's the case. So now the final score is Team Kaliber wins. So I mean, that's a little over the place.
Just there's no explanation for that. I mean, okay, let's just go.
I need to go back and watch. I need to go back and watch the minimap and see exactly.
You have
who
the streaks,
was where.
right? Your teammates aren't that close. There was what, maybe 40 seconds left when TK pulled?
Something like that.
40. Yeah. So he gets it over by the small room by that B bomb site with, let's say, 35 seconds. You hover that Hellstorm, that wastes about what? Let's say that wastes about 8 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe. So now you're down to about 20.
You give yourself a chance.
Now you're down to about 20.
You had no chance without them.
As this is going on, his teammates should be on the overextension to the TK base. So
you at least get a flagpole,
you
rotate back.
You are at least going to get a flagpole, or you are going to be in a position where you can trade kills at the TK base.
You would think.
And force some kind of gunfight for him to put that flag in.
And Gunjar, I mean, he steps up a bit.
He was 13 and 19. Actually go to
at one point, he was like 4 and what felt like 4 and 100. I didn't see him get a kill for so long. So that's a frustrating one. Chino ends up 22 and 9. At one point, he was like 15 and 1.
Yeah, he was like
or something like
that. KD ever.
So TK, the sleeping lion erupts. They're just seems like they're taking a nap throughout most of the game, and they just come up big in the final. Well, the closing minutes of regulation, and then in overtime, they're able to take it. But that was
that is one DT.
It was an interesting CTF.
I want to hear an explanation from that. I want to know what went wrong there for DT in this one. I mean, a lot of these highlights are going to be DT just picking up kills. Until the second half of the second half of the second half.
Well, I spent most time as far as the Concaster. I was following, early I was following TK. They were the ones playing aggressive. They were the ones getting forward. And then at one point I'm like, oh god, Chino's 10-1. Like, what is he doing? And you got to see, here's Chino. This is what Chino was doing. Waiting patiently, just picking up kills on defense. But to be fair, not knocking him. That is how CTF is played by a lot of teams. I totally understand it. But
so I think
how did TK win this? I didn't give him a chance.
Yeah, I think we just saw. Did we see the goon cap in regulation? I think we just did. Let's see. So yeah, that was the goon cap in regulation. So he put that in with 20 seconds to go. So that's without using the streaks at all. If they use the streaks, he's got maybe, what, 10 seconds to put that in?
If that. I mean, if he's killed with one of them, yeah.
If he's killed with one of them.
That cuts that in half, basically.
Oh, they're done.
All right, I gotta go watch the footage later just to see what the thought process was there, because you think potentially they could have used some of those streaks. Right. But we've got more action coming up. TK able to get a W. Unfortunately, DT going to start 0-2. Yeah. I have a chocolate chip cookie to eat. I'm very excited about it. Quick 5-minute break while I devour it. Day number 2 here of the Call of Duty World League Pro Division in North America. Matt and I still hanging out in sunny 75-degree Los Angeles, California.
I actually don't even know if it's sunny or if it's nice out because I have not seen outside of these 4 walls for a very long time. I think we're actually going to go.
It could actually be snowing outside. I have no idea.
It's probably not the case.
But all right, let's get into our last matchup. I moved here under
the premise that it would never snow.
It's true. It's true. I can't drive in the snow. Yeah. But no, when we take a look at this, we've had amazing matches. Just a quick recap for you guys when we talk about what's been going on before. Really, the last series. That's why props to TK for getting that W. Yep. But let's take a look at the next series. It's going to be Question Mark going up against Rise Nation. This one has potential to be a great matchup as well. I know we've had a lot of really close games today. Let's start things off talking about Question Mark, though. This team, you know, kind of a rough road to get here, some back and forth. We didn't know if maybe there were going to be some team changes. Proofy, you know, he was
They get a win yesterday.
They do. They get the win yesterday. Are they able to continue? Are they going to start 2-0?
I don't think so. You know, Pac-Man, Colchan, Proofy, and Wheats, I think very talented players. You know, Pac-Man Wheats been around forever. Proofy very good with the AR.
Well, let's talk about
the X Factor
for
me. This guy, I don't want to say he's new on the scene. Like, he's been around for a few years now, but really getting his best shot at the top competition.
He impressed me.
He's been taking full advantage of it. He's been great.
One of the most impressive players for me at the qualifier. I was playing very well. One of the few players actually used the Sparrow. I don't know if he's still really doing it, but he was at the LAN qualifier, really using it to great effect. Young player, incredibly talented, great slayer, really smart player as well. Interested to see what he can do in this one. But let's take a look at the other side, the juggernaut that is Rise Nation. They started out this year, again, winning that Totino's event. They've been on fire ever since. They're going to be one of the toughest teams to beat. I know they lost their first match, but that again might be the best one we've had. Outside of the Optic Gaming series we just had versus Elevate, that was one of the best series we've had thus far.
Oh, without a doubt. Octane, Classic, Looney, and Slack, 4 amazing players. No, all of them versatile. They can all run the AR, all can run the SMG. That's what I love about this team. Slack, player who's been around for a while, now turns 18, gets a shot at COD champs. You know, Black Ops 2 is really good on that Unite team with Clay. It's Clay and 3 young guns. These guys not old enough to play at the big stage. Now Slack, all grown up. He's a big boy. He's able to compete. Yeah. I'm excited to see him play throughout all this year.
No, Slack has impressed me time and time again, just at events when he's able to really, I mean, AW, he was a fantastic S&D player.
Yep.
Well, really all-around solid player. I'm thinking back to X Games, really, in Austin, where he had a fantastic tournament, playing really well.
He always plays pretty well at events. Like, him in Classic, part of that MW squad, you know, in Ghost, they
got second at Season 3,
was it? A lot of, like, top 4 performances. These guys always around that, you know, top 4, playing for a spot in the finals at these LAN events. So excited to see those guys back together.
Couldn't agree more.
Had a great Looney and Octane really had like breakout years last year. You knew of Looney, but last year he really came into his own. Octane's second part of last year cemented himself as one of the best ARs in Call of Duty. Excited to see this team play.
Yeah, I think Octane, Looney, I think all these guys just have been on teams where they've kind of been the lead slayers for their squad, kind of looking for that team to come together. It's going to propel them really into that top 2, top 3. Yeah, now I think they have that right now. This Rise Nation team is stacked. Now, when we're looking forward here to the Band Protect for Game 1, talking about Hardpoint, do you expect from either of these teams, you know, we've seen teams sometimes target Proofy, go after the Reflex, go after his M8. How do you think Rise Nation wants to go at this one?
I think that's probably where they go. They attack Proofy, attack that M8.
Okay.
If they're able to throw him off his game a little bit, definitely takes him out of it. And he's the big name slayer for that question mark roster. You see the Vesper's going to go right away. Octane getting rid of it. Colchan taking his time, though.
Not surprised to see the Vesper
what he gets rid of. Question mark is a team that, quite frankly, they probably haven't played too much together. They're just kind of...
Well, Flashbang's going to be the first to go. Colchan's going to take that out of the mix. I mean, I got to assume Concussion might be, if you're going to take off Flashbang,
you might as well get rid of stuns. I mean, there's really no reason to.
Start to target that. I wonder if we'll see Afterburner attacked at all. It's one we've seen. So what we've seen, I'm trying to think of the most targeted things outside of the normal ones. The Shiva was attacked pretty hard or protected.
The Argus against
today.
Elevate.
Argus, Afterburner being attacked as well.
The Argus yet again.
Argus going to be taken out by Pac-Man. They're going to have High Caliber as well. That's one of the more standard ones you're going to see pretty much knocked out every game. I don't know if High Caliber snuck into any of these, to be honest.
And VMP is going to go out at the hands of Proofy, so you're probably going to see a lot of the CUDA. You were talking about it, a lot of the meta. Now you're seeing the VMP gone, a lot of CUDA play going to come in.
CUDA use a ton.
Yep.
And this is, I understand that from Proofy. And really, well, I think Pac-Man, Proofy, God, Wheats, I think all of these guys probably feel more comfortable with an AR in their hand.
Probably Colchan more with a sub.
But this is a very, the most sub-heavy map, really, when you're talking hardpoint.
Wheats with a sub as well is very good. And
okay.
All right. Well, the Pharaoh, this comes in. Do we see a Pharaoh ban?
And I know I've seen Classic play a ton. I'm not shocked to see that at all. And let me tell you, I can't guarantee he's going to go off, but I've seen Classic play with the Pharaoh, and he just absolutely
really good
dominates. So that changes things. Because for me, the Vesper and the VMP bands
and then you get rid of the stuns. I mean,
those bands don't matter at all. They don't matter at all for me anymore.
Oh, once Rapid Fire Pharaoh's in, the Vesper band makes. Nah, the Vesper still.
It's still good, but like Pharaoh with Rapid Fire can hang with just about any sub.
Yeah, I think once you protect those two, you saw how fast Classic was to protect that Pharaoh after they got the Rapid Fire Protect as well. And it's interesting. I would say, maybe 95% of the things during Ban and Protect are banned. You see 2 Protects from one team, something we don't see often. You're going to see Octane with the Scythe, Purifier from Slack, and on the other side, for ? Annihilator out of Pac-Man Proofy with the Scythe. A mirror image of each other in this one.
We've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
And again, I think it comes down to a little bit our teams. Is there kind of a set 6 or 7 things sometimes team want to use? Sure. But it's also like you see somebody pick something on the other team, and like, oh, we should have that as well. I think that kind of happens a little bit of that.
That's why you see one trail another, right? It's like somebody goes Annihilator on one team, the next guy on the other team goes Annihilator as well. They just try and match. But
oh, actually, it's not completely a mirror because you have the Annihilator. So what's the difference? Purifier.
Oh, actually, yeah,
Sorry,
Purifier. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't catch that. But Slacked with the Purifier playing in and around hills. I like it. We haven't seen it being used effectively yet.
Yeah, we've seen it used, just not effectively.
I think there are ways to use it. We've talked about it. We saw, was it Chino in this one use it? Oh, no, Sender. Sender did a nice job of it on the second hard point on this map.
And he didn't even get a lot of kills. It was more that he just
deterred
sat
the other
there.
team.
Exactly. There's just this wall of fire waving in front of a doorway. It's like, should I run through that wall of fire and see if I make it out the other side?
You're not wearing a fire blanket. I actually don't think you can run through fire wearing a fire blanket
David
as well.
Vonderhaar, I just heard Mr. X request a fire blanket as a perk.
I did not request that whatsoever.
What do you mean? It'd be a flak jacket. It'd be a perk 1. You would not be affected by heat wave or the Purifier. I think I just thought of the next great thing for Black Ops 3. It's called the fire blanket. It's going to look like a blanket that's fireproof.
Well, I hope
similar to a poncho.
I hope a fire blanket looks like a fireproof blanket.
I think it'd be awesome.
Similar to a poncho.
Heat wave doesn't affect you.
A poncho is a poncho. A blanket is a blanket.
It's a poncho
distinctly different things.
No, but it has some sort of lubricant that goes on it and protects you from fire.
I'm not sure there's lubricant that protects you from fire.
Lubricant's probably flammable.
All right, well, I think we've kind of exhausted everything we can talk about in regards to fire.
I want a fire blanket.
I got Rise Nation in this series. I'm going to make my prediction before you.
Yeah.
I think it's a 3-0, 3-1 series for Rise. They get back on track.
I think this is one where Rise is definitely going to be in control from start to finish.
You just copied me on all your predictions.
Hey, no, let's slow down. I thought they were going to do it with FaZe. They dropped game number 1. I think they're going to be even more determined tonight, more pressure on these guys. You can't win the first. I mean, Totino's is the only LAN we've had where it's actually been best of the best going up against each other to find a winner. Because, again, the qualifier was really just to get the qualified teams to start the league. Now that you have this league starting, you don't want to start, you don't want to start 0-2, 0-3, 0-4. If you're Rise, you expect to get out the gates running. You had a tough matchup with FaZe. I think they're going to come out and just try to smash question mark.
If I was a team, I definitely would want to start out 0-2.
Listen, I'm the John Madden of Call of Duty esports.
It's like, no, if you're going to play this season, you shouldn't. You should win some games.
It's 1st and 10. You need 10 yards.
Yeah, you should probably get 10 yards this one. Anyway, we're about to jump into game number 1. It's all loaded up. Question mark going up against Rise Nation. Final match of the night. We've had a lot of fun.
Yes, it's been a wild day, finally, to the final match. Let's kick things off. You see Pac-Man going to be running the M8. Proofy, I wouldn't be surprised to see him as well with one, but he's actually going to have the Pharaoh in hand. So let's see how many Pharaohs. I feel like this is a gun that's got to feel more comfortable for a player that likes to use burst rifles, right? It has that burst mechanic. It has a little more range to it. I want to check Classic, though, but I've talked about how solid he can be with this. He's going to have a Pharaoh as well. Not surprising whatsoever. The kid is an absolute monster with this thing. His teammates killing everything in front of him. He has just been spraying around trying to find someone to shoot at. It's Looney starting off hot. 3-1, 2 streets to go. Looney, the monster, can he keep it rolling?
So it seems like the Pharaoh's going to be the SMG of choice for everybody in the game. As soon as you see rapid fire allowed, pretty much outclasses the Kuda in every way. Pac-Man picking up 2 with the AR. He's going to open up some hill time for the rest of his team. And question mark getting out to a good start here. Obviously, they lose that first map to Elevate yesterday.
Good spawn for Pac-Man.
Goes on, Elevate can't complete the series, but
the rest of his team died.
I think this could be a series that, and maybe they make it close. I still think Rise wins, but look at the spawns coming in. Pac-Man outclasses Octane right there. That's that experience.
Well, he got that spawn in the back corner. He waits. He doesn't shoot at that first person up the steps because he's like, oh god, I need to help my team spawn back here. They get the split. That almost becomes just as beneficial because now they really have to worry about either side. They still know Pac-Man's back here. If he can get one kill, he might be able to get a spawn here, but his teammates have gone ahead and take the hard point. They've done a good job breaking in. It's now going to be on Proofy dealing with this as Pac-Man's going to fall. Nice shots there with the Pharaoh. He's got one more outside. That player actually went wall run. It's going to be up to another player to deal with that. It's going to be Colchan inside that's going to be able to pick up too.
And traditionally, you've seen Proofy be an anchor, but it seems like for at least the way this is going right now, he's going to be in and around the hill with the Pharaoh. You're going to have Pac-Man playing outside the hills, trying to fight for those anchor positions. So it's going to be Wheats, Cole, and Proofy in and around the hill with the SMGs. Pac-Man trying to play for those anchor positions. I think we actually saw a Shiva picked up, so somebody actually going to be running the Shiva on one of these teams. I bet you it's probably somebody on Rise running that.
Well, let's take a look over to the other side now, Matt. Let's go to Rise. We're going to see them trying to hold this corner hard point. Can be so dominant, able to take up a lot of time. You see the range of the Pharaoh there. You see it can do it close as well. Looney with a 2-piece, going to get picked up from behind. It's going to be question mark. Now in. They've got the break. They've got the corner hold and spawn, but there's still two players in the back. Proofy and Colchan able to pick up both those guys.
Yeah, and Octane was running the Pharaoh for a little bit as well. So a lot what we saw with Optic Gaming, that 4-sub lineup, but he's going to switch over to the M8. That's his gun of choice. One of the best ARs in Call of Duty. You see it wide, just ripping domes off, able to pick off that player at range with Proofy, put some shots down, and another player trying to push out. But Pac-Man, doing a nice job. 7 and 10. Not winning most of his engagements, but the important ones. We saw him pick up those kills for the anchor position. This hill not going to be controlled by question mark as the anchor spot, and it's going to be all the time going for Rise. And you're seeing they're going to give up that time to question mark, and it's a good play.
Well, think about that spawn he got before the second hard point. I mean, he only got one kill out of that, but he provided such a distraction and just an irritation, thinking that he could push from that side, thinking that maybe he could spawn his teammates from that side, that he forced the players to really change up what they were doing inside of the hard point. So really being effective, despite the fact he wasn't putting up big kills.
A ton of shots right there.
And he's been crushing too. He's 15 and 9, so he's having a good game, but his shot's a little bit off, so Looney doesn't miss, unfortunately, coming up with some big misses there.
Yeah, no, you're going to see trying to push through the middle is Looney. On this hard point, I feel like you want to pick up some kills in the front half of it or behind, whichever side you're attacking from, then having another player come down those mid steps definitely cause some chaos. Octane at long range, though, picking up two, flies into the hard point, puts down some shots. It's going to be classic finishing that kill off. You're going to see Proofy dart into the hill. This is weird seeing Proofy play that much in and around the hill. When was the last time we saw that?
I couldn't even tell you. Just seeing a sub in his hand. But that's why I think he's okay with this. I mean, he doesn't mind really running. It was the protects came in from the side of Rise as well, but something like that is going to favor players that enjoy ARs as well. So I think that kind of works out okay for the side of question mark. And so far, you can see it's working out very well. They've got a small lead. It's basically a tie game, but they still got control. You see a Scythe here in the hand of Proofy. Can he keep it rolling? Able to grab one. There was one top to his right, one down to his left. He's hopping around. They're ring around the rosy right now, just cannot find this player, but he's still got some shots in that clip, and he is absolutely going to demolish Classic. Can he keep going?
He's 75 off of a car.
Right down below. Should get this as well. Nice shots from Proof.
Nice shots, yep. Playing smart as well. A lot of the times we've seen Proof, he'll dart into the hill, won't make some great plays on the anchor, but right there waiting for his teammates. They pick up some kills. He's able to just follow them up with easy kills of his own, get in, pick up that HCXD, checking that corner spot yet again. Different spot, though, and as we're giving so much props to question mark, is Rise taking the lead. And you see the class that Looney is rocking now. I love this setup.
You take a look, he's going to have, what was that, long barrel, quick draw, rapid fire. The 3 attachments going in that. And again, perk 1 greed becoming more and more common as you have afterburner and overclock. See if anyone else on his team is running something similar. You have flak jacket for Octane. You have Slacked also going to be rocking. As he's able to stay alive. Can he get the Rapskis? He's coming around. Just try. No. What
was he trying to get to?
I have no idea. He was having far too much fun.
I'm going to see Classic running a similar. So he actually go back onto his Pharaoh. He's still running the same Pharaoh setup, and you see he actually crushes with this gun. And it's going to be grip, quick draw, rapid fire.
I'll go back to him. I talked about how dominant he is with the Pharaoh. He's 24 and 17. I mean, he's demolishing right now. They've really started to pull away as soon as he heated up. You'll see. Still going to have Heat Wave going, and that overclock's going to allow him to get Heat Wave so quickly. You saw Sharp doing that for TK earlier today on the same map.
And just when we go on with Octane, this is the third different AR we've seen him run on this map. So we've seen a Shiva from him, we've seen an M8, now using the Man of War. This guy can do it all, just trying to get comfortable with one of these assault rifles. And
well, it's hard on this map sometimes because you get caught in between, I guess, where a burst rifle will make sense sometimes, but you get in that like mid-range engagement where you kind of wish you had an auto, then you wish you had a burst. That's why I think you see players kind of switch back and forth a lot on a map like this, because it's kind of frustrating.
Well, hill by hill, it changes so drastically.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the first hill, if you play with an AR from range, you can get away with a burst rifle. On a hill like this, when there's going to be constant pressure from SMG players in your face, definitely want something more fully automatic like a Man of War.
And it's going to say customized, but it's safe to assume. I mean, he's going to have definitely, well,
long
obviously
barrel.
He's got the reflex long barrel, and then it's going to have rapid fire as well. So that's what makes this even better. I mean, the two guns that I think become the most, I guess, the increase the best, something like the Pharaoh and Man of War are two that jump to mind. I mean, I know it helps the M8 quite a bit, but the Man of War is the one definitely with that powerful slow shot. When you give that rapid fire, it really can just become a cannon.
Has a little bit of a kick to it. I mean, a lot of players run grip on it. Octane's got grip on his right now. I actually don't think he's going to be running rapid fire.
I got to see him take shots with it again. You would think if he's going to use it, rapid fire is available.
Yeah, rapid fire is available.
Why would you use Man of War without it? Exactly.
But it's going to be Rise pulling away. This was a close game, and then out of nowhere, they just started to break this one open. Really, I think
Looney's going nuts. He's 35-16 on a 6 streak right now. It's been hit. It's been the classic.
After you said he didn't miss, he has started to not miss. Yeah.
You know, Looney, you got the stream open. You're listening to my elegant voice describe your gameplay.
It's the guy I take that offensive.
Yeah, starting to pick it up. He's demolishing right now. Look at this challenge he's trying to do. Almost able to win that, but he is going to get taken out by Proofy. Let's stick with Looney for a bit because he's been a man on a mission throughout the second half of this one, and they are very close, just blowing the doors open and closing this game out. They're only 18 points away right now.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of HCXD use, Slacked in the kill feed, picking up one. We've seen Looney pick up 2 or 3 kills with it as well. He's going to wrap all the way around, try and get towards this central hard point first. Should be able to, there's another player coming in from question mark, able to contest it. He's going to win both gunfights, has the kinetic armor.
No, don't do it to him! Looney, no way! You freak! Oh, there's another one.
Oh my God!
There's another one to the left. Can he get him as well? There's flames everywhere. He's managing to stay alive. He was on a 6 streak before. Now he's on a 5 streak. He's 40-17. This is unbelievable stuff. 3 points away, and he shuts down another one. He ends the game on full streaks. He had potential. I mean, good thing that game didn't go any longer. He would have been 50 plus, used all these streaks.
That was sick. He picks up the 3-piece, pops his kinetic, grabs another one, somehow dodges the flames of the Purifier, picks up another one in the final kill cam. Looney just absolutely going off here the second half of that game. Just
Looney, I apologize for questioning your aim. You had suspect shots a little bit earlier. I was not impressed.
It was one time.
I was very, very impressed from the final 5 minutes of the game. Now, he puts on a monster performance. Because, okay, if you see, we saw Facento put up a similar game, like a 40-17 type game. But that was on French Hardpoint with an M8. I guess not that it's easy, but I guess I get that more. It's a little bit easier to do that than having a sub on a map like evac and putting up those kind of numbers is ridiculous in my eyes. That's what, nuts.
Well, we'll take a look at the score, but I think he finishes the highest hill time on the team and most kills. So, I mean, the guy just absolutely shreds game number 1. But, I mean, you had a good start by question mark, some good stuff out of Proofy, some good stuff out of Pac-Man, just not enough, and we can take a look at
pull
the
those
scoreboard.
up on your end. I got to get the team switched. It's my one job.
41-17 for Looney. You had 33 kills at a Classic as well. Over a minute for everybody in the hard point.
That's
on the side
objective by committee, right?
Yeah, on the side of Rise Nation. Then look at the side of question mark. Waits struggled a little bit. 19-33, only 37 seconds in the hill. 10 defends, though, getting a lot of his kills in and around the hard point. Pac-Man 24-30. Most kills on the team, doing a nice job playing for those anchor positions, just not enough. And we'll see some highlights. Definitely going to be a lot of Classic and a lot of Looney.
Take a look here. It's Cole Chan. I'll switch over to Octane. You talked about the fact that he can just hit heads. He almost takes a second player there in the back. Just incredibly accurate shots coming from the side. And this is, I can't wait till we get to that final bit here with Looney. And this is the bit with Proofy, where he's playing Ring Around the Rosie to a degree. Yeah. Able to go on a streak of his own. I think with a 3 or 4 streak that he picked up. And this is where Looney starts going nuts. He's, 35-17 now. He has just 1 kill to this streak.
This was nutty.
This is where he goes crazy.
Yeah, so he gets
There's 2. There's 3. I mean, that second gunfight win is incredible.
So then he just puts his gun straight down that guy's throat.
He hadn't even popped kinetic. Now he hits it.
Now he gets kinetic. Somehow dodges the flames. Teammate picks it up. and then he's able to get this one in the final kill cam. So just an unreal little spree right there by Lunita in that one. Question mark.
I joined your game, which helps us not at all because you're by yourself. Let's get in the other game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, to get into their games, be able to cast them. Don't know which lobby they're in.
Oh, I'm going to stop until we get an invite because I've just joined a bunch of rooms. Everyone's like in separate lobbies.
You just saw a room where everybody was in it.
No, there aren't. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. There's like 5 different lobbies people are in. I'll wait for the invite.
Yep.
Okay, so just waiting for the party to get set up here with all the guys as we're going to hop into the S&D. We've had some wild S&D. Stronghold, again, one of my favorite maps to play. One of my favorite maps to watch.
Is there anything question mark can do to gain an advantage?
The big thing is going to be M8 play here. Shiva play potentially, but more so the M8, I think. I want to say maybe affect the M. I feel like going after the M8 hurts your team more than it helps it, though. I don't know what you could do. We've talked about the fact that Rise is one of the most versatile teams. So that's by being versatile, that's what's difficult is to attack them and ban protect.
Do you see maybe something with the Vesper, like a protect? We see the guys sometimes on Rise Nation like to use the Vesper a little bit. I think we might see something with the Vesper, whether it's to protect, maybe we see a Pharaoh again, because you figure the guys in question mark are going to try and ban that Pharaoh out. They ban the Pharaoh out, I think you're able to, you know, protect that Vesper somehow.
Yeah, certainly is. And I think I'm getting the call that I may know which one to join here. Let's take a look.
Oh, you may know which one to join.
I'm trying to get in. I'm trying my darndest, Matt, I promise you. If I get not joinable again, I'm going to
probably do what I just did.
Yeah, I'm going to restart the game here.
Yeah. But just connecting back into the lobby. If you're just joining us, Rise up 1-0 against question mark. This is a series I can see going pretty quick.
I mean, if there was one series that I thought could have potentially been a 3-0 tonight, this is definitely the one. Just because Rise, I know they lost really last night, but this is the one I think that they have the most potential here to just kind of close this out, especially if they win the S&D. If they win the S&D, I think this one's toast for sure.
I got to think they win the uplink if they win the Search and Destroy. I got to think they put it away there.
Who are you looking for from question mark to really go off? Maybe carry them through an S&D, maybe a big game?
Oh, in S&D, I mean, you look at like Pac and Wheats.
Pac-Man's had some
good games. I think you need Wheats to start playing, like we've seen him play in the past. I think if he has more games, especially on Respawn like that first one, it's not going to be pretty for question mark.
All right, just checking real quick if I'm able to join the lobby. And I was able to get in ultimately. Let's check everything here, make sure we got it all right. Switch over to Codcaster, check our teams. And if I could just get confirmation real quick, well, let me just check myself. We should have, what, CDP here for question
double check,
mark.
Clint.
I'm making sure. Yep, we're good to go.
You are on top of your game tonight.
Hey, you know, yesterday, the teams that goofed up a couple times, it's been flawless today. You know what you call it? It's called practice. It's called dedication. I stayed up late last night studying.
Doing what?
No, I went to bed. As soon as we got out of here, I swear to God, I got home, I brushed my teeth, washed my face. I was asleep within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I ate, Skype Chelsea, went to sleep.
I was exhausted.
Yeah, I was knocked out.
We haven't casted as much in a while. You know, even when you're at an event, typically you think about casting. Is it all day? Sometimes we had like 12 or 14-hour days during the qualifier. But at times you get some breaks. There's some downtime. With these online matches, man, it's bang, 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 bang. You got to get through them. They're a little bit slower sometimes. Because it's online, there can be some technical difficulties. But it's a blast, man. The ones we've had to start the day today have been nuts.
Yeah, I don't mind staying all night when we have great matches.
Yep, we'll keep them going. Let's hope this one potentially goes a little further than we expect. We're both kind of thinking 3-0, 3-1 right now for Rise Nation. But Pac-Man, I love you. You're a good buddy of mine. You've trained me in the ways of S&D very much over the past couple of weeks. I have faith in you. You can take this game too.
How much faith? Who you got in game 2?
I have a lot of faith.
Who do you got in game 2?
Rise Nation.
Yeah, it's like, Pac-Man, you're the best.
Sorry.
But I'm going to take
Sorry, buddy. He's going to send me a mean text later for that one. But we should be ready to kick this one off in just a couple of seconds here. I believe we have everyone.